welcome back to Sonic the 3D in the final episode of this little series. Yes, it's going only 5 episodes. It's going to be short. I'm going to talk about the extras of the Sonic games. This is more just something I wanted to do than probably actually necessary, but I just wanted to talk about this a little bit in terms of what I would like to see for extras in a game. Now, as everyone knows, extras in a game is what keeps you coming back to a game. Some genres are better at this than others. Platformers are relatively low on the extra scale, mainly because there isn't a whole lot to do after you complete the main quest. However, unlike series such as Mario and Mega Man, Sonic actually has some reasons to go back, at least in some the older games and Adventure 2 and Adventure 1, on what you actually can do for extras. The first thing I want to mention is Supersonic in terms of extras for the older Sonic games, unlike the newer games where he's been limited to basically the final boss level and that's it. In the old Sonic games, Supersonic was unlockable after you got the Chaos Emeralds, and you can play as him in normal gameplay, which was, of course, awesome, even though if it is just basically copying Dragon Ball Z, but I think we've all come to accept that at this point. So the first thing I would like to see is make Supersonic playable, again in normal gameplay other than the final boss. It was interesting to note that in Adventure 1, I believe someone found a voice clip of Tikal saying that after 50 rings you could become Supersonic, so I think they were planning to do that in Adventure 1, yet they kind of scrapped it. If it was all possible, try and do Supersonic again for playable content, because it doesn't seem that hard. Maybe in Adventure and Adventure 2 it would be a bit difficult, especially in Adventure 2 since Supersonic is flying while Sonic's on the ground for all of his, normal gameplay levels in Adventure. Meanwhile, in some of the newer games, such as Unleashed, it wouldn't be too much of a stretch. All you have to do is make him go Supersonic and go, basically, I believe it was 3 times the acceleration of normal Sonic, I'm not entirely sure. Give him a bit higher jump and give him more range for his homing attack, and that's basically all you would have to do, and it would still be really cool and fun to play as. And I believe the last time Supersonic was in normal gameplay was Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I don't count Sonic Riders or Sonic R, mostly because those are the spin-off games that I refer to in the gameplay section of Sonic the 3D. So, I would really love to see Supersonic or even Hypersonic and so on and so forth come back, or even just super forms in general for all the characters. I think that would be really cool. As a side note, Sega in Sonic Heroes, don't think we weren't pissed when Super Tails and Super Knuckles didn't appear. I mean, the Bubbles thing was just stupid. I mean, it was already established that Super Knuckles existed because he got all the Chaos Emeralds and he was Super Knuckles. Tails I could understand because you had to get the Hyper Emeralds. Or, I mean, the Super Emeralds. Sorry. It's Hypersonic and Hyper Knuckles and Super Tails. Anyway, the Super forms would be cool, but at least give us Supersonic again. That was always one of the coolest unlockables in the old Super Nintendo Genesis days, because it's like, work hard, you get all the Chaos Emeralds, and now you can be Ultimate Form Sonic and destroy everything. So I think that would be cool to bring back and do again. And it's not like it would be that much of a stretch. All you have to do is, give him the stats I said. And you can, give him palette swap to Supersonic. That's all you would have to do. And it'd be, really fun for everyone. And it would, well, hell, Supersonic would look really cool in the new systems if it was used in normal gameplay. And it would, pwn everyone. So that's the main extra. The next thing I want to say is, bring back the Chow Garden. I just want to know where the hell did that happen. Because in Adventure 2, everyone loved it. Hell, I loved the Chow Garden. Those cute little buggers were awesome. I know it's somewhat Pokemon-ish, based on how you can transform them into different things, but it was still fun, and it actually gave you a reason to come back and, do different things in the levels. You can, get the Chaos Drives and the animals, and you can boost their stats and make them look different, and so on and so forth. And I'm surprised they really haven't done this again. I mean, it was, for the most part, well received, and all the fans seem to have loved it. So I don't know why they decided to not do that again, especially since it would make sense to do it in the new games to try and do some replay value for the newer games, considering games like Unleashed have some really I don't want to say shallow extras, but extras that no one really cares about. It's like, oh, you get some production art. Oh, you unlock the cinemas. Oh, you get some tips and tricks. Those aren't things people particularly care for. I mean, yeah, they're nice to have, but no one's going to be really annoyed. And I'm particularly aggravated by the fact that all these games nowadays have to have the music tracks and unlockables. I mean, that's just stupid. I can just go on the internet and download all the tracks for free. Why would I want to work in the game for them and only be allowed to listen to them in the game? That's just kind of stupid. Um, this is the short one because I don't have as much to say, but those are the two main things I really want to see for the new games. Bring back Supersonic and normal gameplay, and bring back the Chow Garden. Both of those were incredibly fun, and they really helped the game in terms of its longevity. So thank you for watching my Sonic the 3D little mini series. I appreciate you all watching and all of your comments and so on and so forth. I will be back to doing just regular old videos soon as I find some things to talk about. And again, thanks for watching, and see y'all later.